Respected brothers, Alhamdulillah, today is the Yawm al-Jum'ah, the Friday, and it's the most blessed day of the whole week. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, the day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created Adam alayhi salam, and the day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala established the day of judgment, that will be the Friday. But this is not an ordinary Friday today. You know what is the importance? This is the Friday in the month of Ramadan. And then it's not only the Friday in the month of Ramadan, it's the Friday of the last 10 days and nights, which are the most blessed. So we are in the most blessed time of the whole year. This is the time that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam warned that if you do not get your forgiveness at this time of the peak of the year, then the dua is against that person. So we need to be really careful. And subhanallah, this is the day that I try to be in love with Allah and with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam by doing my best that I can do. So what is the best that I can do in this day? In the light of the directions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there are 8 things that we can do to make it the most blessed day in our life in this year or in this Ramadan. And these are small things really. It's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to take your time. But following the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam with the love of Allah and His Rasul, that is the spirit which counts. So the first thing is, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man ghassala yawm al-jum'ati waghtasal." First thing is that a person takes care of himself, cleans himself, takes shower, and do whatever it can. So the word first is used ghassala and then ightasala. It was a practice at that time that among the Arabs they used to wash their head especially by using different kind of medicines and other things, and then they used to take shower. So both have been mentioned in this man ghassala wa ightasal. The purpose is to exaggerate in cleanliness and in making it more clean to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is number 1. Second is wabakkara wabtakar, and he comes early to the masjid before anybody else, and wabtakar, and he approaches to the khutbah in its early time. What happens that I come early if the khutbah starts at 1:30, for example. I try to be here before 1:30, but what happens? I ended up in parking, in making wudu, in other things, and the khutbah starts while I'm still not here. So both are needed. I come early to the masjid, enter to the masjid, and I want to be from the muhajjir, the one who comes early and gets the reward of sacrificing a camel. Not, why should I go for an egg? Well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed me that I can have the reward of a camel, which is going early. So I go early, but the important thing is that I get to listen the khutbah when the khutbah is starting, not that after it has started. And number 3, وَمَشَى وَلَمْ يَرْكَبْ. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, you need to walk for the Jum'ah and not riding. Well, if I cannot walk, of course, if I live 15 minutes away or 10 minutes, then the best I can do is that park my car at a walking distance, like in the parking of this shopping strip or somewhere in the street where I get an opportunity to walk a few steps, so that I follow this sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in today's time, on this Friday, in this Jummah, in these last 10 days. I want to really, even if I have to make a few steps, I want to walk. And then the 4th thing Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, وَدَنَا مِنَ الْإِمَامِ. Don't sit on the corner of the masjid or on the back. Sit close to the khatib or the imam, very close to him. And that's what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. And number 5, فَاسْتَمَعَ وَلَمْ يَلْغِ, that he listens to the khutbah and don't make it invalid by talking to somebody, saying Assalamu alaikum and how are you and sit here and all those things. Any kalam that makes the Friday invalid. And number 6, فَأَكْثَرُوا عَلَيَّ مِنَ الصَّلَاةِ فِيهِ. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, sends peace and blessing on me a lot. Because فَإِنَّ صَلَاتَكُمْ مَعْرُودَةٌ عَلَيَّ. That your salam and your peace and on Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam is taken to him, is conveyed to him by the angels. And especially for this day. And number 7, there is a moment in the Jum'ah that whatever dua is made, Allah accepts. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam indicated with his hand when he was saying that it's a very small moment. It's not a big window of several hours. It's a small time window in which Allah accepts. Now which time is that? There are different opinions from the ulama, but the most common is 2 timings. One is when the Imam sits on the khutbah between the 2 khutbahs. When he sits until the end of the salat, this is one time which is mentioned, and the other time is between Asr and Maghrib on the Jum'ah, or the last moment before the sun set. These 2 timings have been mentioned in the Sunnah as that moment in which the dua is accepted. And finally, the last one, the 8th one, is recitation of Surah Al-Kahf. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the one who recites Surah Al-Kahf on the Jum'ah, the nur comes out of him. And this covers the whole week that a person stays in that nur of Surah Al-Kahf. My brother, this is the best I can do. There's no other thing than following and obeying Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in this blessed day, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala really accept from all of us. Jazakumullah.